What is up, everybody? It's your girl, Lauren Reed, right here on Water Ice Radio, and you already know what time it is. It is time for the Lauren Reed live show. And as always, I got my boy, Jay the Gentleman, here.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, yo?
Not always, but most of the time.
You've been good so far in 2019. Yeah. You've been here.
We rolling.
we rolling. Neem over there shaking her head like, yeah, he has been here. But what's going on? Everything good?
Yeah, everything's good. You know, things, same old stuff.
Same old stuff.
Yeah, out here working, grinding, hustling.
Working, grinding. You were out working
Synonyms,
yesterday.
you know.
I think the whole team was out working yesterday.
We really were.
Everybody's been like one of those weekends. Yeah. Has everyone scattered around at different events.
That's how it gets sometimes.
So with that being said, shout out to the whole Water Ice family.
Yep.
Water Ice Radio. We're all doing a wonderful, wonderful thing. So make sure you guys are locked in and tuned in. Number one, follow waterice.com. We are your scoop to everything Philly. I mean, literally everything Philly. Anything
we try.
Going on. Yeah, I mean, if we missed it, it's not because we wanted to. It's just because we got a lot of stuff going on.
Sure.
And then also make sure you guys are following Water Ice Radio on all social media platforms and all major streaming platforms, because we bringing you guys all the hottest stuff via podcast.
Yep.
Cool. So today, we haven't done a show like this in a while.
It's been a while.
So if you are a veteran Lauren Reed Live
OG
listener,
status,
right? You know that me and Jay used to always do something called our Ratchet Recap.
Let's rewind.
Okay.
It was more like you used to do a thing called a Ratchet Recap.
I used to think, but you started to, I pulled you
a little bit.
Depending on.
Dip my toes in to see if it was a little cold. Be like,
depending on what was going on, we would be okay.
Yes,
right?
You're right.
Okay. But then we were like, you know what? We've given people a lot of ratchet stuff, tons of it.
Especially, there's a lot of people that could get it from.
They can get it other sources. However, it's been a while, and we wanted to kind of
bring it back
a little bit. But we had to bring the right person back to do it with.
It's like a professional.
It's a professional, a tea professional.
Yes.
But he also is very, 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 very good at what he does.
What did I just get into?
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
All
right, but he's also very good at what he does.
Yes, he
is a publicist for a lot of different people. I'm not even going to start naming names. He can name those if he would like.
Yeah.
But everybody, without further ado, our guest today on the show is Antoine. He is from the House of Talent, PA. Yep. What's up?
Oh, dang. You got sound effects.
Yeah.
This is about to be lit. Now I'm ready to give the tea. Let's do this.
Yeah.
the reggae horn, man, it goes off.
Yo, I thought it was going to be a simple interview. I didn't know it was going to be
ratchet. Fun. We got some fun.
We do fun stuff.
I'm from New York, so I'm down with the ratchetness.
There
cool,
you go.
Good. So, Antoine, thank you for coming to the show.
Absolutely.
Let's start off with that. We've worked with you a lot outside of here. We decided, like, you know what? We should bring Antoine on. He always knows who we should work with, who we should not work with, and good stuff to be a part of. So, first, we just want to kind of, like, let you give the people who you are, what you do.
Your brief bio.
And how you kind of, like, got there, yeah.
Sure. So, I'm originally from New York, but I live in Philly now. I've been here for a while. I did my undergrad at Villanova University. Go Cats, you know. 2-time national champions in the last 3 years. Just throw that plug in there, wear my hat. Ride or die. I mean, for all you Temple people in the city. Anyway. See, and this year I'm not throwing shade. I'm just giving a whole bunch of sun to blind people. So
initially, there's always someone here from Temple, whether it's the crew or a guest. They're like TU people or whatever.
Y'all run the city for real.
So listen, I'm gonna join this right now. So go ahead.
Look at our parades, like 10 people there. But anyway.
Exactly. All right, we can
continue.
Right.
So yeah, I started my agency in 2006. I asked my mom for a loan to start my business. She told me to have a bake sale. So I come from one of them old school moms who's like,
make some cookies. You be all right.
I'm 20-something years old. You want me to have a bake sale? But I worked really hard. Got a job in production. I did, I would say, about 8 years of filming adult films.
Okay.
Of editing, filming, and used that money to start my business. So that's my background.
That's your bake sale.
That's your bake sale.
That's my bake sale. Yeah, cakes.
Literally. What did you study in Villanova?
So I was a communication major. I knew that I wanted to be on television or in production in some way, somehow. My first job in Philly was on Eye Opener, PHL 17, the morning show. So that's what kind of got me into the television scene here in Philadelphia. And then you guys know I went on to do reality TV show, 2 seasons of Mob Wives, work with Mama Jones and Love and Hip Hop, the Jim and Chrissy, Vow and Never in Miami. So there's a whole bunch of background in the reality TV world that I
put a post-it note on that because
What?
Questions of first of all, I love Jim and Chrissy.
Yes.
But I ultimately just want to know if they'll ever come back to reality TV. I know they did a marriage boot camp.
They did a marriage boot camp with their mom.
With Mama
and Renee from Mob Wives.
So they were all in there too. So we'll come back to
I'm not sure if I'm able to give that to
you.
you.
I just want to know if they're going to come back, if they'll come back to TV. That's all. I just want to talk about that.
We'll put a pin on that.
We'll put a pin on that.
Okay, sounds good.
But what kind of made you finally decide I want to do behind the camera versus in front of the camera?
So I just think that being behind the camera, one of the things that I've always said is there's no one that's going to pay me enough money to give my creativity the way I want to give.
Okay.
So I need to do it myself and make my own money. I'd rather work for myself, collect X dollar than work for somebody else and collect half of X or a third of X.
You have more control.
Complete control. Yeah. And I think that one of the gifts that I've been given in life is the ability to see things differently than other people, but through the perspective of the consumer, which to be a publicist, you have to anticipate what the public's already going to think and how to maneuver.
So tell people really, people always hear, publicist, but I think you probably, of all people, would know what really a publicist does.
In the most layman's terms.
Yeah. I mean, so the easiest way to say it is we're a lawyer.
I would agree.
So tell us everything so we know how to fix it.
Right.
And that goes with any client, And so when you think about someone who is guilty of a sex tape or committing some type of foul crime, so to speak. And I'm sure we'll probably get into this later, right? You have to figure out how to explain this to the public in a way that your client doesn't look as bad or doesn't look bad. You give and you take. Sometimes you take a hit on the chin for the greater good. Sometimes you just tell the whole truth, get it out of the way, because in a month from now you have another deal on the table and you don't want to mess up that deal and you apologize. And 9 times out of 10, if it's somebody that I'm working with, and I don't like to give all my secrets away, but in the Black community, you just put God first and they forgive you.
That's interesting.
I feel like with as well as being a publicist, it's when stuff happens like that, you do have to worry about what you say, how you say it, even clothing, what to wear, stuff like that. So a lot of those factors go into how the public perception sees that talent.
It's like going to trial. You want to pick the best. You want to pick the jury that's going to identify with your client. That's gonna say, okay, you know what? This person looks wholesome, or this person is ratchet, but I like the way they talk. They're talking directly to me. They're talking to the public. Remember, it's supposed to be a jury of your peers.
So, have you ever worked with anyone, and you don't have to name any names, but where you felt like they did something and it was just too hard to come back from? Because ultimately, sometimes things happen, and then as a publicist, you're trying to spin it, or you're trying to make them come back from it.
I will say that fortunately in my career, we've always bounced back. We've always had the ability to make the public believe us.
Gotcha.
But I think that when you find out who your base is, you can always cater to them, and they always scream louder than those other people.
Okay.
They will support you.
Yeah, I mean, the president's a good example of that. He screams to his base, and then no one else can hear anyone else in the country. Your opinion doesn't matter. Your opinion doesn't matter.
Because they're the loudest.
Correct. And besides, he's got one of the best mouthpieces I've ever known.
Yeah. So, in the history of the world.
And Kellyanne Conway made America believe there was something called alternative facts.
Right.
That is amazing.
That is amazing.
Alternative facts.
Now, while we may not agree with her in what she does, tell us why you believe she's one of the best publicists.
Because she had a certain group of people tell a narrative that was completely false, and that spread like wildfire or through social media. I mean, when you can get away with 37 lies in 2 minutes, and people still like you. You're kind of doing your job great.
As a publicist, yes.
Yeah, as a publicist, yes.
Right.
But again, we're not talking about those people who know right from wrong or education.
We're not talking about morality.
We're talking about what does the public really believe. When your ratings are still up, when you have a sex tape scandal, or you have
audio
charges, accusations, alleged.
It plays into everything. All you have to do is make the public believe that the real news is fake. And you obviously are in the position that you're in now.
I can't picture another president with as much dirt that this current president has that another president could get away with. Ever.
Well, in our lifetime, basically, the other president was black or blackish. So,
even having conversations with my grandparents or family members, whatever. I'm just One, okay, maybe one little thing they might be able to get away with. Two, okay, but like 80,000, like there's like so like houses, like it's phenomenal.
But you got to understand the realm in which these people play in, right? So you have a reality TV star who knows how to get ratings. So when you know how to get ratings, you know what to say to trigger people.
Absolutely.
And if every day is a new episode, people are still going to be engaged. You become a personality. So I like that character or I don't, and that's how you manipulate the public.
You're tuning in.
They are. That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line. And guess what? It's for ratings. And every news station, every outlet is going to continue to cover this. Why? Because every time you listen, there's revenue being generated.
Yes, there is.
When you're generating revenue, you're winning.
That's the bottom line.
So you have an array of clients and an age range of clients. I know you've actually had younger kids that you have represented and older, of course. So dealing with kids.
Oh, Lord.
There's a lot of sayings like never for kids or animals.
Well, no, I've been very vocal. As much as I know that I'd be a great father, a great parent, I just don't do children. I think I raised my younger brothers. You know, I have a mother, and there's 6 boys, and she's a single parent. So I did a lot of raising. Yeah. So now as an adult, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Thank you. They can visit, but they got to go home.
So how do you handle those clients with care?
So most of the time, the kids actually take to me, which is. Like an older brother figure, so that makes things help, right? That's very helpful. It's more of like their management or the parents that actually make the job difficult, because every parent sees their kid as the best.
I'm gonna say a star, right?
A star, right?
Special.
And then what you find out is everything they've done leading up to meeting me is for them, not for the kids, and not for the kids' career.
So I was gonna say, like, do you feel like a lot of the parents are living vicariously through their kids?
In some way, yes. But the flip of that same coin is they're looking at it as, this is what I want you to be versus what this kid can be for the masses.
Right.
So if you're always performing at a block party, then you're just going to be that group that performs at a block party. But if you aspire to do a different neighborhood or Disney or to be on television,
different stages.
right, you need to be able to be commercial. And I find that in the city, a lot of people just want to be hood famous, that's hood famous, and not actually want to go past their neighborhoods.
That's very, very interesting. So let's take a quick break.
Yes.
When we come back, we'll touch on some like current things that are going on and how you would deal with them as a publicist. And I think you guys will be very interested. We've already had some
Disclaimer, I apologize in advance.
And I also want to just talk about how, people don't really want to talk about it, but I think that the state of the world that we're in right now, we're very racially divided, right? And how you kind of have to deal with those very sensitive topics where racially, sexual conduct things, those things have to be handled with care. And would you represent some of those people who are being accused of certain things?
Are you asking me about Kelly?
We'll get back to that.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
So stay tuned.
All right, so everybody, it's your girl Lauren Reed right here on Water Ice Radio. We have Antoine from House of Talent PA in the building. There's a lot of good stuff and a lot of good information. We will be right back.
We are back. Lauren Reed live on Water Ice Radio. We got Lauren Reed, myself, Jay the Gentleman, and our guest right over here, Antoine from House of Talent PA. Giving us some gems, dropping some gems already for those who who are curious about being a publicist and PR and all that good stuff. He is the man to definitely talk to, and we're happy you're here. Finally,
thank you.
We got you here.
So we were just talking about this over the break a little bit. So being at the right place at the right time for your client.
Absolutely.
So we're just gonna use myself as an example.
Sure.
So Lauren Reed Live is on the rise, and you are representing me, and you're like, you know what, Lauren, this guy, I don't know, name someone. I don't know. Idris Elba was new on the scene. Let's just say it.
Okay.
Right?
Idris Elba. Good talk. At least you picked the right one.
He's an upcoming actor, whatever. We think you should hang out with him. And you're like, and I'm like, no, I got a boyfriend. I can't do this or whatever.
So
people really, my question is, are some of these relationships, quote unquote, that we see on our blogs and stuff like that, people hanging out, are they really put together by the publicists?
It's business. It's business. It's like people judge you on who you hang out with. Remember, if you're a celebrity and you're not a celebrity with the in crowd, then you're really not a celebrity.
Right.
There are a lot of people that are talented and considered celebrities in certain communities. When they don't hang out with those other folks in that community, they're not really down. You know,
Gotcha.
that's where you get, that he's not black enough or she's not black enough because she's not with that person. Or if they were in that group of people and then branch over to or go over to the other side, she must think she's better than us.
Ooh. So are you having those conversations with your clients? Like, yo, you're not appealing to the black community.
I have those conversations every day, actually.
Wow.
I have those conversations internally because up until this past year, I never really had black clients.
So wait a minute. I remember the first time I met you.
I don't do black folks.
I was going to say that.
I ain't gonna lie.
And so I was like, yes, I'm black, but I don't do black people. And I'm like, huh? And you were like, not in this business.
Not in this business. I mean, I've come almost a full circle.
Okay.
Almost a full circle.
You're like at a half circle.
Yeah, well, a little bit more than half. So here's the thing, like.
But come on, we've gotten better.
No, we've gotten better as a whole.
Right.
But
hashtag Black Excellence.
Black Excellence. Hashtag Black is good. All that stuff.
All that stuff.
Right. But the reality is that hoodfamous mentality does not sit well with me.
Okay.
There's something more than just working in Philadelphia or just working in New York or just working in LA. There has to be aspirations to take over the world.
Yeah.
And I want clients that want to do bigger and better.
So you want them to have like the Beyonce mentality.
I don't even need a Beyonce. I just need somebody that's thinking not so local. You know,
more global.
That's so odd to me that people aren't thinking outside of just wanting to work here.
But is it though? Because how many people do you know that are from Philly and never been to South Philly and they live in North Philly, or they don't go outside their blocks or go outside their area?
I don't know.
And they don't even know. Oh, that's there now. Like it's.
I get what you're saying now. If I think back for myself, maybe like 5 years ago, being emerged into this business right now that we're in, we see so many people. We see so many people doing such great things, like AKA. Dev right now is over at the Grammys in LA. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, Chill is out there. Yeah. Suzanne Christina's out there.
Well, Chill's a perfect example because a lot of people didn't like Chill, but now that he's crossed over, boom, he's everything. He's a new Will Smith.
I know people who did not like Chill. People from his own city,
correct,
own block,
correct,
that did not mess with him, and now he's on the Grammy board.
And now they're like, oh, Chill's cool with me.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't black enough then, but now that he's made it. And that's something that the black community does a lot. They give passes to black people who don't deserve passes for stupid stuff. That's number one. But then when you actually make it, that's my boy. Well, where were you in the beginning?
Right. And we talk about
we do
about like support and how people are quick to support other people except for their actual people. Like,
well, Philly is notorious, in my experience. Philly is notorious for not supporting each other.
We talk about that with a lot of artists that we
yeah.
interview, how they say they get a lot of love outside.
Yeah,
of,
you
like,
go to Baltimore,
they love
like,
to perform
anywhere,
outside
yeah.
of Philly, and they get like a lot of love there. So, excuse me, I'm sorry. We also kind of were about to talk about where those gray areas, especially touchy situations. Right now, we are seeing a ton of this in the news right now about sexual misconduct, Me Too.
Yep.
So
Racial.
AJ from 106 in Park.
From
106 in Park, AJ.
Yeah.
He then went over to the television side.
Extra,
He worked for Extra. He just got fired from Extra due
Really?
to some allegations from several different women for sexual misconduct.
Whoa.
Correct. Literally, this just came out like yesterday. Less 48 hours.
Wow.
Right. So I was talking to you in the green room about this, and
These are just allegations.
they're just allegations.
Wow.
And
they were like, nah, we're good.
we're good. So that's what I was saying to Antoine. I was like, listen, as a publicist, why are these big companies moving on allegations versus real facts?
Oh, I already know that.
Yep.
So
you don't need a fact.
Yeah.
It's all public opinion.
Yep.
People keep saying, "Oh, I got the truth. I got receipts." The receipts do not matter in the public court.
I think that more or less matters for them personally.
Right.
But like as far as they're not gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna watch it because blah 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 blah.
But he'll never. But for me, I don't know if he'll ever be able to really bounce back from that.
He'll be able to bounce back with the right moves. I mean, at the end of the day, if it is true that this did not happen and this was a hoax, this was a lie, or someone said something inappropriate or misunderstood and he was fired without due process, there'll be a settlement. You know what I mean? And so he needs to stay fast on his actual statement. I tell people all the time that I work with, if you put your story out there before someone else puts that story out there, you control the narrative. When you control the narrative, you win this.
So have you dealt with a situation that kind of was like maybe like Me Too, sexual misconduct type of situation? And how did you lead with that?
You lead with the truth.
Okay.
It's either I did not do this, or you would say, so-and-so has accused me of X, Y, and Z. There's no proof of this. This person's background is questionable. You know, in 1998, she or he was in a relationship with a ball player and said this ball player did X, Y, and Z to find out that she lied. She had to recant her story. Now you make her look really bad or him look really bad. That's when you start pulling out those skeletons and you make your client look really good.
What if your client did do it?
That's only between myself and the client. The public would never know what's really happening.
That's like lawyer talk. Right
that's what it is. You tell me the truth, we'll make it work. And there is a fine line. There's a line that I will not cross when being a publicist, right?
So what does that look like?
I will not lie to the public.
So you won't lie, but you're also not going to tell them, though.
Nope.
Okay. So what would it look like you lying to the public?
Just flat out lying. I swear to you, like they didn't do it when I know they did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
So if I say they didn't do it, they didn't do it.
Okay.
But if I never say that, then there's a really good chance that
something may have probably.
But maybe. When I do that, I'm talking to the base of that person, and they're gonna go on social media when people are attacking that person, and they're gonna be like, that would never happen. R. Kelly's a perfect example. How many people defended R. Kelly?
So great, let's lead into
Just
that.
Segue.
Wow. Let's go there.
We're going right into that.
Sure.
So morally, from the whole situation, I mean, we've had to talk about R. Kelly with several different guests at this point. We even had this before the documentary came out. We know R. Kelly is a monster, whatever. Like, there's no more need to talk about that for me. But from a public standpoint, would you represent someone like R. Kelly?
Yes.
Why?
110%.
Why?
So I'm going to say this with complete selfishness, okay?
Okay.
So I would represent someone like R. Kelly, one, because it's a high-profile case, so my face and my name will be out there. That's number one. Number two, I'll be able to talk to people in a capacity where they would understand exactly what's going on and make a conclusion based upon what I'm saying. So we have parents who have not done their job to watch over their children.
Absolutely.
Okay? So that's not R. Kelly's fault, right? We have parents and managers and publicists who said and did absolutely nothing. That's not R. Kelly's fault either, correct? His team. So all these people are responsible for someone they knew was, quote unquote, use the word sick, right?
Right.
So holding him accountable for all these things, yes, that needs to happen. So I was, look, Kelly, this is what you need to do. You need to go out there and be like, I'm losing my whole mind. You know what I mean?
Right.
But going out there and bragging would never be an option for me. So whoever told him to go out there, have that birthday party, have fans and pop bottles and turn up, wrong. Because now you look even more guilty than what people thought. So it's a matter of just controlling the elements you can control, knowing that everyone already knows what really happened, but everyone's known that for years. So the public is just as guilty. When you put that blame on them, they're like, we contribute to this shit.
It reminds me of, obviously one of the biggest cases ever, OJ, and he had to have a defense lawyer, and I had a friend who in law school they had to go over that case, and they had half the class be the defendant and the other one the prosecuting, and she said as the trial as it went on, you start uncovering things. They didn't know if he actually really did it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Still.
you have these people in play because of that situation.
Correct.
Like you gotta have a team behind you to like, all right, you may or may not know what you probably do know what it is.
He would have to tell me that he did it for me to believe that he did it.
Right.
I would continue to run the narratives that have been put out there and just exploit them to the end of its power.
So let's run this back a little bit. Let's
Sure.
say you were representing R. Kelly during the time where apparently he was running rampant with allegedly underage girls, whatever. We like to use
around
that
the time
word.
when he was like peeing on people.
Exactly.
The video.
Like around the sex tape time.
Sure.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people that we saw in the documentary was like, oh, he was having all these house parties. The girls looked underage, but no one said anything. You were his publicist at that time. What role do you play in that?
I would have shut him down.
Okay.
Because he had a career and a promising career.
That was the height of his career.
Right. But those are the variables that I'm talking about. Then was the time to shut him down. Now, it's like you can't control what's happening because
It's
you have
already out of the box.
And you have a generation of people who didn't know R. Kelly.
Right.
Millennials don't really know R. Kelly. So
No.
his sales went up and his downloads went up because they didn't know who he was.
So they wanted to figure it out.
Exactly. So now what? Now you put more money into his pocket. And he's not in jail, so he can receive those benefits
Yes, he
of
can.
what you guys just did. So it was a smart play on his team's part.
But they tried to shut Lifetime down for putting out the documentary.
But you can't.
Right.
It's money. You can't shut down money.
Right.
You know, because then you get into the lawsuits, which is more money. And then now it's like you're trying to silence somebody. When you try to silence someone, you're now guilty.
Right.
It's just another play for someone like me to be like, you're trying to shut my client up.
Right.
What are you hiding? Are these people authentic in what they said? You know, where do these statements come from? Where was this years ago? And I think a lot of people don't even look at those variables. They just read a headline and they run with it.
So you try to shut him down. You can't shut him down. Are you out?
I'm out.
Okay.
I'm out. When you know for a fact that someone is doing something
and it
continues to do it after you have the conversation, I gotta bow down gracefully. The money's not even worth it.
Yeah.
And I will be a part of that documentary, slam your ass.
Right.
Like the people that were on there.
Yes. But at the end of the day, they didn't. You have to have, at that point, receipts for yourself. Because now you are, like, I'm blaming these people who were there as liable, basically, for not doing anything. You have to have receipts to say that I've tried to make this right for these people.
Right.
You know? But what you don't want to do is put yourself in a position where people after that can't trust you. You know, as a publicist, you know all this information. It's never to tell anybody. It's just, if I know something about you, I'm like, listen, I know that you did such and such and such and such. I would never tell the public. But as long as you know that I know, you and I will always be cordial to each other in public.
That's facts.
So I know this is your girl.
Who?
Cardi.
Love Cardi. Cardi.
He is a Cardi.
I am a Cardi fan.
We mentioned Cardi and her team often.
So this is what I'm going to talk about. Her team.
Are you gonna
not her Cardi.
Okay.
Wow, what'd you about
I thought you were gonna trash her. I was like, no.
I'm not gonna trash Cardi. I'm gonna trash her team. I am not a fan of Cardi's best friend Publicist. I think she's garbage.
Wow.
She is literally garbage to me. You want to talk about what's your word that you use? Hoofamous. That's some hoofing.
But she built a career off of that. That's a lane.
No, not Cardi.
No, the public. That's a lane right there. Because what are the Instagram likes and stuff like that? That is like,
I don't want you
by association. She's killing it.
I don't need you as my publicist running through the airport with me.
You right about that.
Trying to fuck people up. Excuse my language, but like, some of the stuff that her,
pull it back
some of the stuff
that
that her
World Star.
Some of her stuff that her publicists do.
Our thing about Cardi, I think she's beyond World Star. She's beyond all that.
I agree, but that's the base. Remember where she came from.
I get that, but I think because you already have that base, why do you have they're gonna ride with you regardless? They are.
Know, but it's always good to energize them. And I feel like it was that was a perfect situation, by the way, because remember all these Republicans started to come for Cardi on Twitter,
that was
Instagram.
Before. The airport thing happened before the Republican. This is the thing when the white lady, I think it was a white lady in the airport, and she wanted like a picture with her, and they didn't want to do it, and then the white lady said something. That's why your husband is cheating on you or something like that. And her publicist was like, snapped out on this lady, right?
Out.
And I was like, you gonna snap out on this old white lady in the airport? Like, this is all wrong. This is all wrong right now.
It was such good news.
You gotta just take that L and be like, all right.
But that was a TMZ moment, and that makes money, yo.
I get it,
made my skin crawl.
But we're talking about her publicist now. She made a brand.
No.
I don't know. I honestly don't even know her name, to be honest.
It don't matter. It's the girl who snapped out.
And then
Google.
And then when she's like, people say crazy stuff on Instagram and social media all the time. I think that's going to be just a part of being.
Yeah. You're gonna have trollers.
Right?
That's
trollers,
right.
right?
Always.
But the publicist that writes the 2-page long comment with
that's
all the
drawing.
grammatical errors and you thought by bitch and all that. I mean, like, she's drawing, Antoine.
I know she is. But that's part of the brand.
But they don't need it anymore. You're sitting next to Anna Wintour, like you're good. Like you don't need to do that.
But are you though? And I love Cardi with everything in here, right? But Anna Wintour's that's a stretch. I mean, she still has that.
Cover a Harper Bazaar. She's beautiful.
But she's still people. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Pepsi. She's it's in the Urban Dictionary. She is doing all those things that we want for.
And she could do all that, like doing all that stuff. All right, cool, whatever.
It's a part of her brand.
But there's certain
I'm talking
things.
about her team.
Yeah.
I will say this. From the direction that I see her going, she will outgrow a lot of those things.
Okay?
Good. But right now is not the time. I don't think
it's the time.
Not right now. I think there's still some unfinished business you know, for Cardi in that demographic. A lot of crossover too fast, but it worked for her. She was lucky and blessed to have the crossover the way she did so quickly.
So and that's what we talk about. Like she got to a point in her career where a lot of people take 10, 15 years to get to.
Yeah, like I'll admit from the day it did not. It took Nicki way longer to cross over than it took.
And to go to Nicki's credit, she didn't have social media like that. So a lot of it was kind of like it was grassroots.
She took advantage of the reality
A&R, the whole A&R back in the day. Yes, for
she took advantage of the reality TV thing, and she did everything right. It was so calculated that I was just like, I can't fault you.
So you believe? This is a great question. So you believe that this was already in the works before Love and Hip Hop?
Absolutely. You don't go on those shows without a plan.
Well,
on reality,
but she only did it for one season.
But it don't matter though.
She acted the and she killed it.
How did Cardi start on Vine?
No, Cardi started on Love and Hip Hop.
Okay, so what is she? Oh, she was a stripper before.
She was a stripper before. Yeah, I mean, she had a fan base. You know what I mean? But it's no different than Miss Twerksome, who has millions and millions of followers just for twerking her ass.
No, I get it. I'm not faulting her for that. I was just trying to get the genesis of how
she started.
Her public figure.
She did the thing. Like I tell people this all the time. I am a fan of Cardi's story.
Yeah, the come up was great.
The come up was great. It's almost unbelievable. You know what I mean? Because I watched her on that season of Love and Hip Hop, and I was like, "Yo, this girl is so ratchet." It was like almost unbelievable ratchet, right? Like, is she going to try to be a rapper? It will never. Like, that's what people actually thought. Like, it would never. Yep. And then all of a sudden, it was just like kaboom.
Well, you told me
she did everything that people watching her wanted.
That's true.
I was just gonna say when here's my thing. If you're gonna be on reality shows, I think you just gotta go for it, right? You got like, what's the point?
You gotta be like the villain.
You gotta be the villain, or you gotta be like that really outrageous. You
throw everything to the wall, and whatever sticks.
And that's the decisions that you're gonna have to make. As you gotta go either all in or don't even do that.
And she went all in.
And I can't be mad at that.
She went all in because when you do this is a little thing about reality TV. When you do that and you give everything that you have, all your personalities, good, bad, ugly, and indifferent, it is so difficult to put you in one box for that show. So they have no choice but to show you as a kind person and as a villain. When you are just mean, nasty, you are always gonna be the villain. Remember, this is all edited after.
She got humanized. Like,
absolutely,
they saw her as a human, but weren't you saying, like, even when she was trying to rap on the show, like, people, like, they weren't really trying to, like,
they weren't messing with her on the show as a rapper because it wasn't really that good,
right?
And I mean, it was just like, and then she was not messing with, but she was dealing with this guy DJ Self that was on the show, and he was trying to kind of like drag her and talk to all these other girls, but trying to get her for like sexual reasons, like to put her on and stuff like that. And it was like a whole thing about it, but she wasn't that good in the studio. She's definitely not what she is now. Now she got a team.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Someone probably saw the potential in her. Like, you know
Someone
what?
Said
she get the right rhymes. That's relatable. She talks a certain way.
That's
right.
Yep. She legitimately proved that it is possible to make it from the hood without playing basketball, football, or playing a sport.
She did it. I'm so not mad.
I'm proud of her.
I love the story. It's just that I want to be a, what they call Barty fans. Barty. I really want to be a Barty fan. I just can't because I feel like I see so much potential. And
she's
some of the
growing
though. Some stuff that she kind of like dumbs it like.
And you're right. And I have to agree with you on this because, like you said, with Nicki, it took years. And to be honest, Cardi's been an artist. We'll say an artist for 2 years.
That's it. If that.
So if we're scaling in the bigger picture thing, I would say in the next 3 to 4 years, the
progression will be there.
And a lot of those people in her team are not going to be there.
So, no.
Yeah, I mean, look what she's
going to be told. Her team is going to be.
Look what she's doing now on social media. How people are attacking her, and she's talking about issues, like real issues, women's issues, body. And like, this is my body.
Taxes.
Just
taxes.
Exactly.
Good point.
She's a smart woman in that sense. It may not sound like it when you read it back,
right?
But you get it.
You understand it.
I was about to say y'all gonna be mad for saying this, but now she got someone actually writing her comment. Not her comments, her captions. Because before you be like, "Yo, Cardi, did you go to school?"
Right.
But now, like someone, they're like, they're actually
punctuations.
Correct. Like it actually sounds.
There's
like
periods.
Something.
Right.
Cool. We gotta go to a break, but when we get back, you talked about reality TV. I think you kind of like know a lot about reality TV, and we've talked about me dipping into reality TV a couple of times, right? Was actually asked to kind of do something on reality TV before. Actually, they're coming on the show coming up soon.
Is that what I think it is?
Yeah,
okay.
It is.
Who?
So, I'll tell you on the break.
We'll tell you.
Okay.
And I just want to. I'm scared of it.
Oh, don't be scared.
And I want to talk to you about reality TV.
Let's get chatting.
All right. So it's your girl Lauren Reed right here on What Ice Radio. We usually don't go this long, but this is kind of good stuff.
That is great.
I know. We're here with Antoine and Jay.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Lauren Reed, and I got my.
Yes. We are back, everybody. It's your girl Lauren Reed right here on What Ice Radio. Got my boy Jay the Gentleman here.
What up? Still here.
Yeah, still here. So this show has been amazing.
Yeah.
It's not over. When we went to break, Antoine, we were talking a little bit about reality TV. You've worked on Mob Wives, Jim and Chrissy when they moved to Miami, right? That piece of the show. So I did say I was going to put a post-it note in there. I'm a big fan of Jim and Chrissy and Mama Jones. She's crazy.
Mama's everything.
She's crazy, right? Is she really as crazy as she is on TV?
Is an understatement. She's not crazy. She's just like the life of the party.
Okay, cool.
She is definitely like the cool mom on the block.
All right, cool.
I live for her.
I just happen to be a fan of Jim and Chrissy. I like their dynamic, whether they're married or not, and all the other stuff like that. I just like their style of love, basically. Thick and thin, kind of they like tough it out. I saw them on Marriage Boot Camp with their mom or whatever. Do you think they'll ever make a comeback onto TV just as a reality show? Because I know they don't mess with Mona no more.
Well, Mona's out of so that's why they went to WeTV. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some possibility. I know that Jimmy's got a movie and he's got some other stuff going on. He's doing really, really well, and I'm proud of him. That kind of stuff.
Okay.
It's possible. It's possible.
Do you think reality TV can? People always say, "Oh, once a couple goes on reality TV, it's over for them." Do you believe that?
No, I don't believe that. I believe that there's a lot of money to be made when couples do go on TV. You just got to be able to take that 5 minutes, make it 10
leverage
15,
it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think a couple that could really, I thought would really thrive was Hank Baskin and Kendra.
Oh, I remember that show.
I thought that they could have gone like 20 seasons.
I think they could have
played it right.
I think they could have too.
But people feel like the reality TV portion of it is what caused the relationship to break.
No, so in reality TV, these are real instances, real situations. Just the staging, the setting is what makes it seem not real.
So basically, the stuff is happening off camera anyway.
Oh, absolutely happening. Oh, no. Oh,
right.
Yeah. That's that. Absolutely happening.
So it's kind of some stuff where you're like, yo, turn the cameras off kind of thing.
Wow.
Off camera, I'll tell you what really happened.
With who?
Them.
Okay, gotcha. All right, cool. So reality TV is one of those things where it can make or break you.
If you know how to do it, right?
If you know how to do it right. I mean, don't go on reality TV if you don't have a plan or a product to push.
Okay.
And most of the time, they won't let you push it, but you figure out how to do it. And
It's the loopholes.
And a lot of money can be made on reality TV.
Why?
Because everybody watches that shit.
Well, yeah. You know what?
Yeah, but like once you're off, after you're off the show or you continue to go on the show, appearances makes a difference. Appearance fees, $2,500 a pop, $5,000 depending on how well you do, what your numbers look like. You renew your contract. You know, if you're a housewife, do you get a peach or do you not? Are you a guest of or you a friend of? Reoccurring roles, whatever the case may be. You know, you get paid as talent as well, depending.
I'll give you an example. In AC, the different clubs in AC in Atlantic City, they'll still hire people from reality shows from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Because people will be like, all right, I'll go see you.
Like the Jersey Shore people and stuff like that.
Yeah, Pauly B, Brody, Jenner, all these people,
They made a huge brand out of it, And again, like Pauly D went into being a DJ, right?
So, yeah, he did.
Terrible DJ, but they're going to go to go see him.
I mean, $50,000 a pop. Why not?
Right.
So I talked a little bit about myself in reality TV, and I've had plenty of people say, you should be on a reality TV show. I mean, and I'm like, I don't really think that I'm that. I mean... In my head, I think
You could be on a reality TV show.
You could definitely be on a reality TV show.
For sure.
See, that's what I get. But I'm also low key. I'm a grandma. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I would have to step outside of a box that I. But
low key grandmoms do well on television because
they're likable,
very likable. But you also have this thing that grandmoms have, and is don't mess with me.
Yes. Because we just talked about how that's not you, but if you need to bring it back,
don't make me get my switch.
You're right.
And that would be your tagline.
Wow, for that one.
Don't make me get my switch.
I think it's more of a.
And then she got like t-shirts with the switch.
Yes. Look at you got a product line already.
And merchandise.
They're branding me already, y'all. But like, it's more so about being invasive and really putting your life out there and really having someone follow you with because how they promoted that. Little, someone's following me with a camera all the time. And you know what I mean? Other than, y'all know I got a real job.
And there's also like producers that'll like instigate storylines.
Absolutely.
And whatnot.
Right. And it's some stuff that I'm just not willing to kind of like do.
I mean, so you have to say to yourself, what am I not willing to do? What am I willing to do? Right. And then you put yourself in a situation that is so uncomfortable for you before you even get on the show and see how you act that out.
Well, that's my life.
Well,
I've been in plenty of uncomfortable situations.
It's strategic, you know. If you're gonna do a reality show and they're gonna have cameras following you, obviously you have to get your employer, you know, to agree to this. And they don't
I
agree.
would never let them come to my place of work. That would
to be like. With that being said, you have your home, right? You have restaurants and clubs and all that stuff. You would do your nightlife, right?
Friends' houses.
But then you have, you know, your business, which is What Artist Radio, right? So you have that. All your filming could be here. Every time we see you, you're in the studio. If there's other cast members that have businesses, because you do the entrepreneurial stuff, you sit them down, you talk about it. When they snap out on you, snap back.
It's like simultaneous.
You control your elements. Because at the end of the day, this is your brand.
Just like, I got it.
Yeah, this is your brand. Like, don't go on TV without putting your own brand out there.
So ultimately, you're saying is don't be scared of reality TV.
Don't be afraid of reality TV. Be yourself and just the true, authentic you. Editors can only produce what you give them and edit. I mean, producers can only produce what you give them and edit what they see for you.
Right.
So if I don't give them nothing super, super, super all over the top crazy,
you gotta give them some, just a little bit, so you can get your second season.
But nothing that second season.
Don't be boring.
Don't be Sheree.
It's a balance.
Please don't be Sheree. And Sheree, she could be really good TV, but she was just caught up in being too pretty.
But she got a peach though.
Yeah, but she's authentic in that sense. But she was, you know, little prissy misses don't really do well on television unless you're that and you can fight.
Gotcha. So overall, in all of what you remember of reality TV, who was the best who ever did it?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because we come from beginning
Paris
reality.
Hilton.
There's so many good ones. Jackie Christie.
Oh, she's crazy as shit.
She gives it to you. I mean, that's some good TV. And she's been on the show still. Like, she's on the show just doing.
And her and Doug Christie have been married for years. You're like, you're still a bit like basketball wise.
Right, and they still are together. That says they're doing it right.
Yeah.
And who else does it? Nene does it great.
I was gonna say wasn't gonna say Nene.
No, she does it great.
Nene does it.
But
really,
Jackie
really
Christie
good.
really gets it. She understands that.
But Nene became so rich from it.
Nene knew how to
use her brand.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember, she did business after business after business. She actually took reality TV to a place that no one else in reality TV has done.
Like, she was on The Apprentice, then she did.
But so was Claudia. Claudia Jordan.
Yeah. I was just gonna say Claudia Jordan. Yeah.
But she was already, you know, popular and famous beforehand. She was before Miss Rhode Island, Miss Teen Rhode Island. She hosted Miss Universe, like all that. Yup.
Cool person too. Shout out to her. We interviewed her one time.
I love her. I work with her. So.
Nene did a good job. You know, I think a lot of people don't like her. They think she's really, really like dry and bland. I do, but that's so. I just forgot about Candy. I think Candy did a really good job of reality TV because Escape was done, and she got on Housewives of Atlanta. She kind of made the candy coated nights and her own sex toy line thing. Yeah. She made that like a thing.
She promoted her business.
Now she's on Celebrity, Big Brother, and stuff like that. Tamar did it well too. We don't have to like her. She jumped on her sister's back, but everyone knows that she had the idea of the Braxton show, and they said we won't do it without your sister. And then she took the show, and she became this.
I got this. Yeah.
She became this freak of nature.
Yeah, no, listen. She's good reality TV.
She's good reality TV.
She good reality TV. I'll give her that.
All right, cool. I know.
Do you think she can sing?
Hell no. She can't sing better than Tony.
I would disagree on that one.
You think she can sing better than Tony?
Absolutely.
No.
10 times over and beyond.
Nima agrees with you.
Yes.
Well, then if that's the case, then I need more receipts of it. Because I don't. Give me receipts of it. I'm not saying the girl can sing. I'm saying that she's not.
So my thing is this.
I can't breathe. I need more
Are you
receipts.
going off the songs or as vocalists? Because my thing is Tony has better songs.
Y'all both think that she's a better vocalist. Don't do that to Tony. Don't do that to Tony. Don't do that to Tony. People like that little baritone Tony. Hold on, y'all stupid.
Yeah.
He was man enough
I guess
for
because
me.
I love 90s R&B.
Sure.
I'm a huge Tony
She was
fan.
a forefront of that.
Still, when I hear songs from the first 3 albums,
Bangers.
Life,
Bangers.
right?
No, and she's still performing.
She's still performing. She's still doing shows.
She's still with Baby?
She may still be with Baby
But, like,
or not Baby. I don't
But
know.
like Tamar's got like vocal range.
I was gonna say
and ability.
that was my point.
Until she performed live, sometimes she got some good nights and she got some bad nights.
I think most artists have that. But if you have
Consistency
if you're
is
in
key.
that register that Toni Braxton is in, you should never have a bad night.
That's a good point.
I don't remember Tony having a bad night.
Right, because that registers. Like,
I don't remember her like performing like live on like TV like that a lot.
and she be out of breath a lot recently.
I'm a Tony fan.
I like her songs.
I'm not saying
I love
she's not
Tamar's
talented.
Not Tamar's first album, but Tamar's first album when she came like out again, like when she was with her, like you know what I'm talking about, like the Hot Sugar song and all stuff like that. Love and War. I liked that album. I really did.
That's songs that you can sing though. Those like singing.
Those
songs.
are sang songs. I
Right.
got you. They are sang songs. She can do that. She could probably like if she was a church girl, you would be like, "Ooh, that girl can sing."
Yeah, she a church girl though.
She is,
There you go.
and that girl can sing.
Oh, what was
Alright?
that? No, she a church
I don't
girl.
know, not anymore. I don't know.
They all church girls.
This is why.
That was lesson number 1. If you put God in front of
Tamar-
it, they'll forgive you for everything.
Listen,
Comes
Tamar
back around.
is batshit crazy.
She still love the Lord.
I love the Lord too, but
And that's why you could do anything and be like this. Please, Lord, forgive me. Go in front of the church, get saved again, pass out,
can't
dumped
do
in
it.
water, and they be like, Lord, she loves the Lord. She is saved by Christ.
She'll be alright.
She will be okay.
You are wild.
We all fall short of the glory. That's the standard. That is definitely it. We all fall short
That
of the
was
glory.
not where this was going to go, but I get it.
See how
I
you
get
laughed
it.
and forgave me?
Good point. I got you. That's for the black people, though.
Yes.
What do the white people have to say?
I cannot.
Yes, you do. You can't do that to us, and now you have to. You have to. What saved you with the white folk? I'll wait.
Oh no, white people are very similar. The same thing. Yeah.
God?
Absolutely. He's a God-fearing Christian. That's it. I'm a God-fearing
I've never
Christian.
heard. Really, they lead with that?
They do it all the time.
Huh? I gotta start paying attention.
Like, I'm a God-fearing Christian, and that blackface was in the 80s.
My parents didn't teach me to be this way.
Yeah.
They throwing
Sure,
that stuff
that's
in.
true.
Yeah.
I
I wasn't raised that way.
I come from a community
I
where
have my best
I go to church
friend
every-
is
My best friend is
yeah.
black.
I go to church every Sunday with my family.
We all heard it before.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, it's funny, and then we're really going to go to break. I never realized that all of a sudden, like Haley Baldwin and Justin Bieber were all holy sanctified. I just read their
After the whole Justin Bieber thing, he kind of went into that.
Which one?
So the last one before he
when
went
was
into like
pissing
churchy
in,
stuff.
when he was
Yeah,
peeing in
yeah.
like
The
hallways of like restaurants and stuff like that.
and he was speeding in his neighborhood. That thing, and then he went into like
He
very
met her.
churchy.
Apparently, they met at they knew each other from before, but then they saw each other and stuff again at their
Reconnected, yeah.
reconnected at like their church.
You mean exactly when someone's going to be there, you need to be there conversation? Got it.
Yeah. And then like when I read their
With the Lord.
are they on Vogue or something like
Yeah,
that? Is
Vogue.
there Vogue
Yep.
interview? Like everything was about like, don't get me wrong, I'm spiritual, I'm all of that stuff, but their whole interview was about like how they go to church every Sunday and God led them in this way. Like I just didn't know that about either one of them. And I was just kind of like really like shocked.
Well, before you go to commercial, right? Here's a perfect example. You have the President of the United States at a funeral, and the Apostle Creed is in his hands, so you can actually read it if you don't know it by heart, right? You have Barack Obama and his wife, and you have the Clintons, and everyone's reading it or reciting the Apostle Creed, something we learned as kids, right? How is it that these evangelists, Christian evangelists, don't give him any mess for not knowing it and not reading it? If he's a man of God,
Right.
He puts God first in his campaign. Just saying, how you get a pass. I know the Lord.
We're going to break.
All right, when we come back, we're going to wrap this up, everybody. It's your girl, Lauren Reed, right here on What Ice Radio. And we are back, everybody. It's your girl, Lauren Reed, right here on Water Ice Radio. And this has been such an amazing show.
Very cool. Very cool.
Not as wretchedly recap as you
It
thought
was
it
great.
would be, right?
Had a great balance. I'm with it. I knew
like
some of the stuff y'all were talking about. There was other stuff I had no idea what you were talking about.
See, but
like
now you know.
Justin Christie or whoever y'all said. I was like,
Jackie Christie.
Yeah.
Doug Christie's wife.
Yeah.
They've been married for like
We should
years.
do this as a group every week.
I would love for you to come on like
that. Lauren would love that.
I would love it.
Everything.
I crave it all the time.
This would be great.
But yes, this has been a really good show. You've also shed some light on some really good things from the Publicist
For sure.
aspect
Gems.
of it that a lot of people don't know. But really quick, I think if you could kind of like sum this up for us, I think a lot of people mix up Publicist with management, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they think the two intertwine. But for the people out there who don't really know what's going on, what's the difference with the two?
I will say it like this. I will not, shall not, therefore not pay for anything for you ever in your career, manager.
Okay.
Publicist.
So managers put out money.
They put out money. They will do the scheduling. They will call and make X, Y, and Z. I'm here to get you out of trouble, get you in trouble, and make money from it.
I love it.
But there are times
Put you
when
on TV.
Publicists do work with clients' managers.
Absolutely. I need to work with it's easier to work with a manager than it is to work directly with the talent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you can explain strategies better, and you can strategize together to make this happen.
And then you kind of come back to the client and say, hey, this is what we've come up for you.
Correct.
Got
Yep.
it.
Absolutely.
And then also, like, getting your TV appearances, radio appearances, putting out your press releases, your statements, being your mouthpiece and being there as your shield from the public. And then also realizing what the public is saying about you so that we can say what we need to say to make the public comfortable.
Right.
Any clients you won't take?
Yes, Vivica A. Fox.
Whoa.
Well, that's me and Jay. I was not expecting that answer.
I was just like a yes or no. He's like, yup.
My bad. By the way, I have a new TV show coming out.
So next question.
What you got going on?
What's coming up? I guess it's not a show with Vivica A. Fox.
Definitely not a show with Vivica A. Fox. Oh my God, the devil is a whole lie.
Whoa. Bang. That's like shots. I need to get a shot.
Because you wasn't ready.
No.
We weren't ready for
I
that.
needed gunshots for that one. Shots fired.
Shot fired.
Almost.
All right, what you got coming up?
So I have a new TV show called Spotlight Under the L. We're filming it here in Philadelphia.
Cool.
It's like
Nice.
Philadelphia's version of Showtime at the Apollo. Because I'm like, I got that whole Harlem feel.
You looking for a host?
Frankfort Avenue, yo.
You looking for a host?
I'm hosting it already.
Oh.
You need like a side host? Like
Yeah.
backstage?
Actually, we are actually toying with the idea of having someone like a Ryan Seacrest feel.
I'm trying to be
in
the
some
black Ryan
capacity.
Seacrest, yo.
All right, then let's talk about
Let's
it.
talk.
I'm being dead ass.
I'm dead ass serious too.
That guy right
I'm making
there.
moves.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm being
Right
very
there.
serious about this. You know, we're filming 4 episodes pre-taped, and the final 4 are all live.
I should say the Blaxican. Ryan
Blaxican.
Seacrest. Yeah.
It's like
Nah, but
black
he knows
and
what he's doing.
Black
Yeah.
and Mexican.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Viva.
Yeah.
What is it?
Exactly.
You know, I'm married to a Mexican, so I'm all about that.
I know.
Shoot,
Go ahead.
tacos, burritos, all that shit.
Food for the soul.
So yeah, the show, we are now looking for singers, like real singers. You have to be able to sing. We'll take rappers, but I'm pretty sure that won't fly for television because a lot of this has to be, PG.
Edited,
yeah,
PG.
right.
Where are you filming it at?
So we're filming here in Philly, 4416 Frankfort Avenue. So we are definitely like
Okay.
in Philly on Frankfort Ave next to
Mm-hmm.
Church Street Station.
Okay.
So the actual L is like right under the building that we're doing it. So that's why it's called Spotlight Under the L.
Oh, so you're outside.
It's inside a
It's
building.
inside- oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It was a old Dollar Tree converted into a space for us to do production on
For
the
the
front,
events and stuff.
boxing gym and arena in the middle, and then the third part of it is a hookah lounge.
Oh, cool.
And it's black owned.
Nice. Nice.
See,
nice.
I told you I come around full circle with the blacks.
Yeah.
Okay. So when are we looking to kind of like premiere it? Or
We're gonna have a party in mid-March to with a lot of the local artists that are here because we want to feature local artists, because in 2 parts, every Thursday will be a spotlight under the L night, where if you're a singer, you can come and sing and do that whole thing, like spoken word kind of feel.
Like
while
open
we're,
mic?
Correct.
Got
while
it.
we're filming the actual show. Yeah, so we get that feel. We have some great sponsors. Rolls Auto is one of the sponsors. The winner of the show gets a brand new car from Rolls Auto.
They need that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then CTO is work with us, and whoever wins will get a gig with CTO, contract to perform and sing and get paid to do what they do best.
Cool.
That's
I love
amazing.
it.
That's
I love it,
amazing.
love it. Anything else outside of that? That's your biggest thing right now.
That's my biggest thing, I suppose. Just my regular clients, and I'm really excited. I think this show's gonna be great. We tried the gospel route, but people are just so afraid to sing church music. Yeah, the website and everything, Notes on High is what it was called, and people just don't want to sing gospel anymore. All the church folk want to be Beyonce,
Crazy.
but they love the Lord.
So how can someone become a client of yours?
At least have $5,000 a month to start.
Okay. You just X me out.
Oh. Wait, unless you have something that is
promising brand or
yeah,
something?
mutually beneficial. And that's the thing. I will work with someone who believes in their brand.
All right, now I got that.
Yeah, I
Right
can't.
now.
If I here's something that I always tell people. If I believe in your brand more than you believe in your brand, then we're not a perfect fit.
Right. It's got to be equal, for sure.
Yeah, it has to be, and you should love it more than I do, and and just see it, want to grow, and know that the relationship is gonna do that. Because I have resources that I don't let people into because of that.
If you're not where I'm at, then
I just don't want
to see that.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen. Because there are a lot of people who want to put money into Black businesses or into other projects, but don't want to do it with the BS.
I get that. We talk about this all the time.
All the
It's like,
time.
we want to support it, but it's just like,
Here we go with the nonsense.
Yeah,
yeah, no, that's great.
I call them the Blacks.
Got you. All right. So, but if they want to reach out to you, how do people contact you?
Social media is at House of Talent PA, and it's Antoine at houseoftalentpa.com, or houseoftalentpa.com is the website. Cool. Very accessible, and I'm very approachable. I would like to think, and I feel like this is the year for a lot of people who have small businesses. If you want to get it out there, and even if you have a little bit of budget, we can make that work. Because it's time for us to grow. It really is.
You got to be about your business.
You have to invest in yourself.
For sure.
Because no one's going to invest in you.
Not at all.
And
especially in this city. It's, like you said, we
For
talk
sure.
about it. It's tough. Like, this city will get behind you when you're when you're there. But I think that kind of helps you as, as a business owner or even a talent. You got to build that toughness.
It's like, if you want people to buy into your brand, and this is so sad, but I'm seeing it, then people who don't look like us have to buy into it first. When everyone else is recognizing you, that's when we start to recognize you. We need that cosign.
I get that.
Which
is wild.
Which is
so crazy.
Which is, I don't get that.
I don't get it either.
I get it now.
It's so wild.
I'm watching it happen. I'm like this. Well, you have your own venue that can hold 700 people. People won't come to this, but if you pay $10,000 to go to that venue, not everyone gonna come.
Yes.
But you have your own.
No.
Right.
We know.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's wild.
It's so mental.
I just don't get it.
We talk about it all the time. It's really actually sad.
You know what? But then don't get mad when things happen to us.
Like, it has to be at like a certain caliber. You have to be like, oh, who's gonna be there type of thing. Oh, who's your sponsor type of thing. Oh, Ciroc not your sponsor, then we not. Oh, Ciroc boy's not gonna be there. We not down.
It goes back to be hoofness, because at the end of the day,
as
long as you can get those clicks on your Instagram, it's worth going. If it's not on your Instagram, then it didn't happen. That's a shame, yo.
It is. We gotta do better.
Yeah, we have to do better.
Well, Antoine, thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Thanks for having me. Congratulations on the show.
Thank
I've watched it just blow up.
Yeah, appreciate that.
It's getting there. And I'll be the first to say if I ever decide to dive into reality TV.
I think you should do it.
I think you should, Lauren.
There's a
lot.
I don't got $5,000 against mine.
It's fine.
Right now.
No, but here's the look. You funny as shit. Here's the thing. No, here's the thing.
Not a month.
Once you become a personality, that money doesn't even matter anymore, because you're making that in 2 hours.
Right.
Going to a club appearance.
Right.
With bottle service, and we're definitely gonna be there for your 1:45. Take a photos for 15 minutes, and thank you to the car. And that money.
Maybe get on the mic.
Hey y'all.
Yeah, that depends.
Right.
That
might be a little bit more.
Autographs are extra. You know that? Autographs are extra. You take autographs, you gotta pay me more money. But a photo, whatever. We done. Scary.
Didn't know that. You know, see, this is all to be continued, y'all.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens, right? But make sure you guys, for now, are still following What Ice Radio and the Lauren Reed Live Show on all major streaming platforms.
Yep.
That is Spotify.
Yes.
SoundCloud.
Yes.
Google Play.
Yes.
iTunes. Not iTunes.
Apple Music.
Apple Music. Apple iPod.
TuneIn.
TuneIn.
YouTube.
All major.
Yeah.
All major.
We there.
I got one left that I'm trying to get on. And once I get there.
Tidal. We're going to put it out in the world.
Oh, the Tidal.
Yeah, I need to get on Daily Motion. That's the second largest platform behind YouTube.
Oh, well, Daily Motion.
All right, so those two.
Those two. Make sure you guys are following us all there. You know, we always got the best mover and shakers here in the city. Stop by to the show. We got another good guest next week, so make sure you guys are stay tuned. Other than that, you always know how we end this show. Not all superheroes wear capes, but sometimes they wear headphones. Peace.